if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Nothing is better than being pleasantly surprised by a movie. Also, Meg Ryan, you need to work more. We all miss you. Welcome back, Meg. You too, David Duchovny. I know you've still been pretty steady, but you're not in enough movies. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raising Popcorn, Grant, everybody. Oh shit, I accidentally showed the label. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Hi, everybody. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raising Popcorn, Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here, and that movie is What Happens Later. What Happens Later is directed and co-written and starring Meg Ryan. Yeah, she directed this and co-wrote it. And she also appears as Wilhelmina Davis. Also, this is based on a play called Shooting Star. So she is, centers on her. She plays Wilhelmina Davis. W. Davis. Remember that now. There she is trying to get a flight to Austin. It's changing between planes when she runs into her ex-husband, William Davis. W. Davis, played by David Duchovny. Who she has not spoken to in, I believe, 25 years. And in a strange turn of events, the snowstorm of the century, they literally call it something like an atomic snow bomb, snows them in at the airport. And both W. Davises are now stuck in the airport. And slowly but surely, they begin to talk about the things they never talked about when they ended things 25 years ago, when their love fell apart, and maybe start to reconnect. And could it be that fate, in the form of a very, very, very nosy PA announcer, might be bringing them together? Magic, you say, and how? Let the walking and talking and charm begin. So here's the thing. For those going into this movie, this is being really touted hard in its advertising as the big return to rom-coms for Meg Ryan, and the big return of Meg Ryan, period. This is the first sort of big mainstream studio film she's been involved in since The Women, which came out, I believe, in 2008. So this has been a long time coming. And she directed it, and it's like, oh, this is Meg's return to rom-coms. Here's the thing. I went in from the trailers thinking that's what I was going to get. I didn't get that. And I'm kind of glad I didn't get that, because I kind of loved this movie. It's not going to be on my best of list or anything, but I was really pleasantly surprised by this. What shocked me about this movie, more than anything else, it's done in that Before Sunrise, dialogue-driven. It's a bottle movie. It is a romantic comedy, drama, bottle film. It is one location, two people, for 2 hours, in rough, I mean, not really real time, but near real time, reconnecting. And here's the thing. Funny story, I ran into my aunt walking out of this movie, and she didn't care for it, and I think it's because she went in wanting it to be Sleepless in Seattle, or When Harry Met Sally, or You've Got Mail. It's not that kind of movie. What I love about this movie is that it's actually more satirical. It's shockingly satirical in how it is, and intellectual and sophisticated in the way that it deals with the idea of this type of character being at this age. It's a movie about getting older and looking back on things with regret and what could have been and fate and all this stuff. And that's what it's about. It's really sort of this really interesting, very sort of stage-bound, but not in a bad way, two-hander about these two people who were together, various tragedies, both within and without, ended that relationship. And they're finally saying to each other the things they didn't say to each other when it ended. they have, as they say in the movie a couple times, an extra day. And right from the get-go, the movie sort of has a meta quality. One of the first things you see is this sort of display at this airport gate for a fake rom-com like movie poster, and David Duchovny unplugs the thing to charge his phone. And right from there, it kind of becomes this movie that is seems like it's going in a corny direction, and it ultimately has a sentimental, sweet ending to it. But the device of the PA announcer sort of makes this movie reject the sentimental elements. There's a snarky sort of undercurrent to everything in this movie that I really dug. I really admired the way that it was written. I admired the fact that it keeps its gimmick and it doesn't break from it. It sustains itself for the whole length of the movie without feeling like it really drags that much at all. And David Duchovny and Meg Ryan are great, and I think the two of them together, even when it does inevitably get a little more Hollywood, stuff that would never be said by any two real people in the world, it earns it because the two of them really believe what they're talking about. You really buy that they are being sincere with it. And overall, I left this movie feeling kind of happy and feeling kind of this warm feeling. It was kind of a nice thing to see, especially after Priscilla, a movie that I admittedly liked a lot more than this. It's one of my favorite films of the year, but was a really hard to watch movie and really kind of emotionally devastating. This was a little more upbeat, and it kind of made my evening. I really enjoyed this film. This was a real pleasant surprise, and I'm not going to go all the way, just because I do think it does somewhat fall into a more conventional trap in the home stretch. I think it sometimes, and I think also that is the point where the sustainability of its gimmick sort of, you can start to see the strain happening. But overall, as my introduction, she might have made another film before this, but I haven't seen it, that I can gather. I can't wait to see what Meg Ryan does next as a director, and I hope she's also in it, because we really need Meg Ryan on our movie screens. She's great. I also should point out, just to quote Mark Kermode, she reminds me of my godmom. She looks like her, she has that same spunk to her, so that's another reason I really like Meg Ryan, because she looks and sounds a lot like my godmom, who's like a second mother to me. So there's that inner attachment also. But I also she's so great, and the two of them together, wonderful. Wonderful enough for me to go pretty far. I'm going to give What Happens Later 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's not going to light the world on fire, but it is a charming, real pleasant surprise, and is a lot sharper and funnier and more sophisticated than I ever would have expected. Definitely check out What Happens Later. It's really, really good. So, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let's close the book on it. Really good movie. Check it out. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. American Fiction, talked about it, looks good. Ordinary Angels, talked about it, looks good. Napoleon, talked about it, looks good. Ferrari, talked about it, looks good. Argyle, talked about it, looks good. Next Goal Wins, talked about it, looks good. Mean Girls, talked about it, looks good. Waitress, the musical. I love this musical. It is a filmed version, literally just like a filmed production, like almost Hamilton style, with Sarah Bareilles. Cannot wait. Definitely going to see that one. And was there shawarma? No, there was not, although bizarrely, at the end of the credits, there is a sound of... I heard there's some audio at the end that I kind of could barely make out, but it was in the film. I don't know what that was, but... So maybe there is, I have no idea. But, that being said, that's it. We will be back with all the things I mentioned before. Trolls Band Together, the Persian Version, The Marsh King's Daughter, Quiz Lady, The Mystery Film, and Under the Boardwalk, and more to come. That'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all, I appreciate you all. I love you all if I've missed, I love you 3000, be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to, give it a subscribe if you want to, give it the bell, I don't know what it does, that's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles, it really helps out. If you want to find me else, reviews, listen to other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Raisin Popcorn with Grant. Twitter, I'm at Raisin Grant. You can find me on Facebook, Raisin Popcorn with Grant. Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Raisin Popcorn with Grant. Serialized. All one word, lowercase, Raising on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raising Popcorn's Grand Podcast, on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of what happens later? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think the movie is good? Think it's full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Good night. See you around.